Hello, how are you? Today I brought you a delicious recipe for an amazing sweet treat. This recipe has no sugar, no kind of flour, and it also doesn't have milk or eggs. So it's great if you're allergic or know someone who is, share it with them. You're going to love this recipe because on top of everything, it's very easy to make and inexpensive. Stay until the end, you won't want to miss it. If you love easy, quick, and healthy recipes, you're going to love this channel. So go ahead, subscribe, and remember to turn on the notification bell to get updates. I have new videos every day and you're going to love them. Go ahead and leave your like if you enjoy recipes like this, healthy sweets without sugar. This one, by the way, also doesn't have any sweetener. So if you like recipes like this, leave your like and I'll come back with more recipes like this for you. Let's get started with our recipe. And just a reminder, the ingredients, their quantities, and the nutritional information, as always, will be down below in the description. The first thing I'm going to do here is take my banana and mash it until it forms a puree. And it's very important that your banana is as ripe as possible. So the more black spots there are on the peel, the sweeter it will be. And that's why we won't need to add anything to sweeten it. Along with the banana, I'm going to add the cocoa here. The most important thing is that you really blend it or mash it very well with a fork together with the cocoa, because cocoa is a bit harder to dissolve than, for example, chocolate drink powder. But of course, this here is pure cocoa, so it will only bring the benefits of cocoa, like being anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, good for your mood. I have a video on the channel talking about the benefits of cocoa and whether 100% chocolate makes you gain or lose weight. I'll leave it below in the description. So let's mix this up now. Now I'm going to add the coconut oil, which is my fat of choice for this recipe. I also have a video on the channel talking more about the benefits of coconut oil. And I'm going to add the peanut butter here. I also have a video on the channel explaining how to make your own peanut butter at home, 100% natural, where you only use peanuts. I share all the tips in my video along with my recipe, and I'll leave it down below in the description for you. If you want to buy store-bought peanut butter, check the label to see if it's 100% peanuts, because it shouldn't have any kind of fat, sugar, or sweetener added. I'm also going to add a bit of vanilla extract here, which is optional, but I like to include it because it gives a nicer flavor, but if you don't have it, it's not strictly necessary. Now let's blend all of this together really well. Look, I've already blended it here. Along the way, you'll need to stop and scrape down the sides so everything gets blended really well. I'm going to give it a good scrape because I can't resist, so there's no waste, especially since the portion is small. So do this at home too. As I was saying, if you want to mash all of this with a fork, really well mashed, and mix it by hand. If you don't have a hand blender, that's totally fine. But the most important thing is that it gets really smooth and creamy to achieve the consistency we're looking for. So if you really prefer to do it by hand, that's fine too, but I think this way ends up being more practical and faster. So look, now I'm going to put this here in my baking dish. I lined it with parchment paper to make sure it will come out more easily later. But at home, you don't necessarily have to do this. It's just that here I want everything to turn out perfectly for you. So sometimes I do these things just as a precaution. So look, I'm going to put it here so you can see the consistency. Look how beautiful it is. Make this at home and you're gonna love it. Then we'll take this to the freezer so it reaches the consistency we want. I'm going to finish scraping this out and take it to the freezer. And then I'll come back to tell you how it turned out, how long it stayed in there, and to try a piece of this delicious treat. Hold on, I'll be right back. Look how beautiful it is. You can leave it until it gets firmer, to the consistency you prefer. After about an hour, it should already be firm enough for you to take out, but you can check the texture you want, whether you prefer it more or less creamy. I'm going to carefully put it right here on my plate to unmold it, which is actually super easy to do with the parchment paper, but I'll remove the paper here so that we can cut it, which is honestly even easier. So I'm going to cut it into about 4 pieces right down the middle here. Look, so I'll try to cut it as straight and even as possible, aiming for pieces that are roughly the same size. So here we go. And here, I'm going to arrange it here on my other plate because I have to serve it nicely so you can see it better. It turned out really beautiful. I'm going to take a bite in a bit, I'll taste it and tell you what the flavor is like. I like to call this recipe cuttable ice cream because it's funny. It looks like ice cream, but you can actually slice it. So it has a really interesting texture, especially for summer, and it can also be a great afternoon snack. So it's an option for small meals, which sometimes we don't have many ideas for. Take a look at my playlist of ice cream recipes and afternoon snack recipes. I'll leave it down below in the description for you. Give the video a like, don't forget, because that helps me too. And share it with anyone who will enjoy it, with anyone who needs it. Let's work together to spread this chain of good, because that's what I want here on the channel. And now I'm really going to give it a try here so we can taste it. Look.
Mmm.
It's wonderful. Make it. You're gonna love it. It's sweet just right and doesn't need any sugar. See you next time. Bye.